Bum, 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 show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it got right to my head. If ever I do roam, on land or sea or foam, you can always hear me singing this song. Show me the way to go home.
Mr. Hooper, that's the U.S.S. Indianapolis.
What happened?
Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into our side, Chief. Was coming back from the island of Tini and the lady just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. Vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shock for half an hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know how you know when you're in the water, Chief? You tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. Well, we didn't know, 'cause our bomb mission had been so secret, no distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief, sharks come cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. You know, it's kind of like old square in the battle like you see on a calendar, like the Battle of Waterloo. And the idea was shark comes to the nearest man. The man, he starts pounding and hollering and screaming, and sometimes the shark go away. Sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark, he looks right into you. Right into your eyes. You know a thing about a shark? He's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you like he don't seem to be living until he bites you. And those black eyes roll over white. And then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red in spite of all that pounding and the hollering. They all come in and they rip you to pieces. Nobody into that first dawn. Lost 100 men. I don't know how many sharks, maybe 1,000. I don't know how many men. Average 6 an hour. On Thursday morning, Chief, I bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland, baseball player, bosun mate. Well, I thought he was asleep. Reached over to wake him up. Bobbed up and down out of the water just like a cat upended. Well, he'd been bitten half below the waist. Noon the 5th day. Mr. Hooper, a Lockheed Ventra, saw us. He swung in low and he saw us. He was a young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper. Anyway, he saw us and he came in low, and 3 hours later, a big fat PBY comes down and starts to pick us up. You know, that was the time I was most frightened, waiting for my turn. I'll never put a life jacket on again. So 1,100 men went in the water. 316 men came out, and the sharks took the rest. June the 29th, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb.